Hi friends, Melissa here. I just wanted to share a quick programming note. I have been sick for 2 weeks, so we are behind on recording content and we are re-airing an episode from last year, our holiday gifts episode. So I hope you enjoy that. We will have new content coming soon this Friday, so stay tuned.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Writing Easy, a podcast about writing and taking it easy. I'm one of your hosts, Mary Mascari.
And I'm your other host, Melissa Long.
Ho, 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 Melissa.
Merry Christmas!
or Hanukkah, or solstice, or Kwanzaa, or whatever sort of year-end holiday you feel like celebrating right now. I hope it's a good one. I rearranged my office last weekend, and I tell you what, that makes a huge difference. Like, it's just refreshed the energy in there.
Nice. I used to have an office.
Oh, well, yeah, you live in this little apartment. I'm out in the boonies.
My whole home is my office.
Yeah, but you can get, like, decent carryout, can't you? Like, you can get something delivered to you that's, like, good.
Yeah.
I know you did. You got poke delivered to you, didn't you?
I did. Yesterday. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I get Papa John's pizza, period.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
it's
you win
trade-off.
some, you lose some, right?
Exactly. Well, this week we are going to talk about gifts for writers. If you are a writer, here are some things you might want to ask for. If you have a writer in your life, and if you are a writer, odds are you have other writers in your life. We tend to stick together, though at a distance. And here's some ideas of things you might be good to get for people, because gift giving is a thing that can be sometimes challenging.
Yeah.
But first, we have a wonderful quote. Melissa, do you want to read the quote? Because I love it.
I love this quote. Yeah, it's by Amy Tan, the author of The Joy Luck Club. I think that was her most famous novel. And the quote is, "Writing is an extreme privilege, but it's also a gift. It's a gift to yourself, and it's a gift of giving a story to someone else."
That's really nice.
How great is that?
I like that it's a gift to yourself and someone else. And I like thinking of it as a gift because sometimes you can think of your audience as someone you're trying to, like, win over, you know, or persuade or appease, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But instead to say, this is a gift I'm giving to you to please you, it's a better energy.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I like thinking about it as a privilege too. You know, I think sometimes we
Yeah.
feel like it's a burden. Sometimes we feel like, oh, this, like, I've slogged through this, and the process can be so hard and so tough. But I do think about it as, like, I have this ability, this remarkable ability to create worlds and characters and to share that with others. And it is a privilege because not everybody wants to do this. Not everybody feels like that's their strength. And so this is a gift that you have.
Yeah, it's a privilege. It's an honor. And yeah, I think that helps also at the times when you're feeling like, geez, I don't want to go. You could be like, you know what? This is a privilege. And you'll get those words coming out, get you off the internet. So presents. The first thing that came to mind, and then I was doing some internet searching, and it turns out this is not an original idea. A gift for a writer is a notebook. Have you been given notebooks before, Melissa? Did you get those? Give those?
Not many, like, not as many as you would expect. Like, I think that my writer friends will do it, like, but
Yeah.
other people in my family, like, they wouldn't think of a notebook. Like, they'd be like, what?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're not writers. They don't understand our secret lives. And see, I've been given many notebooks, and I use almost none of them because they're so pretty. I don't know, I just don't end up using them. Like, I have a pile of beautiful notebooks with, like, the first 3 pages written in and then never again.
Yeah. I definitely have a ton of half-written notebooks. Like, you know, you're like, oh, this notebook is going to be for this project only, and I'm going to write all of my stuff in it, and like 10, 20, maybe 30 pages, I'll have stuff, and then I'll just set it aside and forget about it.
Because it's never easier than typing on my computer, or, you know, or I am writing just kind of sketchy, notey things, and I don't want to sully this beautiful notebook with, you know, crap, and I use big sketchbooks because then it's just totally free and open. So maybe if you have a writer in your life, let's go think past the notebook. unless they really want one, you know. Although I was looking around, I saw there's a waterproof notepad that you can hang in the shower.
I have never found myself in the shower thinking I need to write this idea down.
Oh, I am a shower ideas person. I am such a shower ideas person.
So then you need that.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I could use that. So everyone listening to this, and odds are a good percentage of them are related to me, that waterproof notepad would be nice. But the first thing that I came up with when I was thinking about this was anyone who's a writer is also a reader. And, you know, they're going to love books. Otherwise, why would they do this? So the first thing to do is you can get them books. But now, you got to be careful, right? Because if they love reading, they also probably have a lot of books. And so the trick is to get them a book that they don't have, but which they would like. So I had some thoughts. First of all, you can go adjacent to their genre. All right, so let's say they write romance. Get them like a chick lit book. Or if they write fantasy, get them a science fiction book. If they write horror, you can get them a dark fantasy. You know, so you can get kind of similar, but not within it, because you can assume that within their genre, the new stuff they're probably going to have or already read or whatever. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love that. Or like you could get them a special edition of one of their favorite books, something that you know that they've read or loved. Maybe it's a new cover or hardback and they have paperback. You never know. Some of us really, really love books. So we'll take another edition.
And a lot of times you can go to a bookstore and you can find signed copies of the books, because authors will come through when they do a book tour and they'll sign a pile of them. And if there's some that didn't sell, they can do that. If you're in the town where the author, they live kind of nearby, sometimes there'll be more. I recently bought a book by John Hodgman, and he said on his podcast, if you call this one bookstore in Brooklyn, Books Are Magic, I will sign it for you. And it turned out I actually was able to go to their website. And I ordered the book from the bookstore, and I asked for it to be made out to my husband for his birthday, and he signed it. He signed it. He personalized it. And that signing was free. I didn't pay. I mean, I paid a little shipping because I didn't buy it from Amazon, but I supported a small bookstore, which is always a good idea. So, you can get signed copies of books. They're not that hard to find, especially if the author is like alive and the book is recent.
Exactly. I think the other thing you can do with books is if you don't know what they like, consider like an Audible subscription or a Kindle Unlimited subscription, because then they get to choose, they get credits, or they get to, figure out which books that they want to, but you're still giving them the joy of reading and listening to a story.
Yeah, that's a really good one. The other thing you can do is in their genre, maybe look at books that were big like 10 or 15 years ago. Because things that are big now in their genre, they're going to know about. Like, that's pretty easy. But to say, let's see, what was big in this genre in the 90s, in the 70s? And you might find something cool, and something that's acclaimed. Like if you're looking for a science fiction writer or fantasy writer, what books won the Hugos or the Nebula Awards in 1982? And someone's going, oh, I know the name of that book, and they're screaming right now. And good for you. I'll look it up later. That might be a good one, because it's going to be a quality book, but because of the time distance, it might not be something they have right away. And if not, well, you did some research, you tried, so. I don't know. I think that might help.
Love the books ideas. We are lovers of books. We love words. That's why we write. So
never enough.
You can never go wrong with a book.
And even if you get a book that they don't want, they can exchange it. I have a friend who used to, instead of getting a gift certificate or a gift card for a place, because he's like, that's too boring, I'll buy something weird from that place that costs about as much as I want to spend, and give them the receipt and say, well, then you can exchange it for the thing you want. This ice cream maker is the gift certificate. It's just in the form of an ice cream. I know you don't need an ice cream maker. That's not the point. You'd have to go to the store anyway. It's not that hard to return things anymore. And I'm like, I think that's a pretty good idea. So you can just get a big old book, something, and maybe something funny, and say, this is just to exchange.
Yep.
So what do you have, Melissa? Do you have any ideas? I've got a couple more, but if you want to switch off.
Yeah, I have a ton of ideas always. But like sticking with the book thing, this is something that I know a lot of people wouldn't think about. And you can like merge like people's favorite things together, like cooking. So there are a lot of cookbooks that are actually like based on different fiction universes, right? So there's like a Game of Thrones cookbook. There's tons of Harry Potter like cookbooks and cocktails. I looked it up. There's like Pride and Prejudice and Star Wars. And so if you have somebody who also loves cooking or drinking, who doesn't love drinking, you know, like there are creative things that you can get them that they're not likely to have, but would really enjoy, even if they never make a recipe from it. They're like, oh,
that's a really good one. I like that idea. Yeah, I have a Star Wars cookbook. It's very small, just a baking thing, and I should pull that out. There's some fun stuff in there. I like to bake.
Yeah, I had a Mystery Writers of America like cookbook, and it's
fun.
It's basically like a bunch of their top mystery authors, and there's like recipes that are themed to go along with the book, and so yeah, I've really not made a single thing from them, but I love the cookbook, and it looks nice.
There you go. It's the idea, though, right? You have the potential. You could if you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing that you can always find, there's a lot of tchotchkes that around literary things and writing things, you know, t-shirts and socks and coasters and mugs and teapots and posters and just all kinds of things that are of a literary or writer ilk. You know, you get the Signals catalog or the Wireless catalog, and there's piles of things. Or you can go to Redbubble or Etsy and find things themed after anything. And that can be kind of fun too. And what I like about using things like Etsy is that you are supporting a small artist, small creator, as opposed to just getting everything from Amazon. So there's piles of things that you can get, just fun little writery things that are always a good time.
Yes, I love Etsy. I spend way too much money on Etsy, but I tell myself, like, it's an independent solo entrepreneur, small business, and it's a great way to like get unique handmade stuff. So I enjoy that a lot. I think on that note too, something that I've become a big fan of are subscription boxes. Which also have a lot of that like tchotchke fun, like, you know, book culture type content in it. So I get Owl Crate regularly, and that's the one that features a YA book. And then it has like, again, coffee mugs, posters, candles, all within like a theme of whatever the book is. And the book comes signed with a note from the author. There's Scribbler, right? Scribbler is writing based. So it's like, it is a fiction book, but then it comes with like notes on like how, like advice from editors and agents, or like there's like something there that's specific to an industry pro in the publishing industry. And then there, again, notepads, notebooks, like postcards, socks, all that writer fun stuff that's branded for writers. And then those are both like $30 to $40 a month. So they're not like hugely expensive, and you could get just 1 month or like buy them as a subscription for 3 months. And then there's the book of the month, which I don't do, but I have a friend who does it and loves it. And that's $15 a month. But the cool thing about that is they pick 5 books, all of different genres, and then you get to choose one of those 5 that you want. So you get a little bit more say than you do with the other boxes where it's like one book, this is what you get. And you may or may not like it. So those are fun things. And it's like a delayed gratification because you get stuff every month.
Yeah, you get to think about them all the time. My last thing is just kind of a generic category. All things that you think all writers are going to have, like characteristics of all writers. And that is that we need caffeine, we need alcohol, we need stress release, we need chocolate. So, you know, and obviously you have to know your writer. You know, if they don't drink, then alcohol's probably not so good. If they're a Mormon, maybe not. They're diabetic, the chocolate's probably not such a good idea. But, you know, you get the idea is that we tend to be very stressed out people. Writing is very hard, as we have said many times. So anything to help us chill the hell out will be put to good use.
Chill out or get ramped up so that we can meet our deadline that we've been procrastinating on.
But, you know, there's whiskey called Writer's Tears, and
there's like, there's so many branded stuff, like so much branded stuff for writers. It's kind of cool.
Well, great. Do you have any other things? That's all I have. I can't think of anything else. Do you have anything else?
I mean, the other thing I would say is like, it's actually really meaningful, at least for me, for folks to get me like tools of the trade, like things that I need as a writer. So especially when I was starting out, I didn't have money for like new software or like ergonomic chairs or like some of the stuff that may sound like not that sexy to somebody who doesn't write. Like when you're a writer and somebody gives you something to help you write better, it feels really good because it feels like they're acknowledging you as a writer and acknowledging your passion and giving you some kind of, I don't know if it's like affirmation or credibility, but it feels really
literal
empowering.
Support.
Yes, it's such
literally. They're literally supporting you. Yeah.
Thing. So I put that on there, like software, like things like Scrivener, which is not that expensive, but maybe if they're a new writer and they haven't tried it or they've been putting it off, I know it feels really indulgent to pay out of your own pocket when you have other adult responsibilities. So getting it as a gift is a good thing for folks. And then some of the like online classes. So I do masterclass. I have like a year-long subscription, but they have tons of courses. And there's like James Patterson, Shonda Rhimes, Neil Gaiman, Joyce Carol Oates. They've just been adding a ton of different authors and screenwriters to their list. And it's like a course that you could take in the matter of a weekend or two. But again, it's like helping them feel empowered and learn and develop their craft as a writer on things that they wouldn't necessarily pay for themselves because it would feel indulgent.
Yeah, I think that's sort of stuff you might need to do a little detective work, to make sure you understand like what platform if they are a Mac person or a PC person, or if they have this software, or if they, like if someone wanted to buy me an ergonomic keyboard, I already have one that I like a lot, but if you wanted to do that, so you might need to do a little work. But yeah, anything, to setting up the actual environment, both physically and technologically, is huge. And there's a lot of cool stuff out there now.
It's great. And you don't have to, like, if it's a big ticket item, like, you don't have to pay for all of it. Like, you can give them a gift card or, cash and say, like, this is specifically for this purpose. I know, like, when I do Comic-Con, like, or Romance Writers of America, the conference, like, they are so expensive. But somebody saying, like, oh, well, here's, like, a $50 or $20 gift card for Lyft or for, that you can apply to Southwest flights. Like, I know they have gift cards now. Like, those are things that are really helpful in getting me to where I need to be.
That's a really good point. And it honestly probably a lot more helpful than another mug.
Probably. As much as we love mugs and notebooks.
No disrespect to mugs. Love a mug. But yeah. Well, all right. I think we've given everybody hopefully enough suggestions of what they can get us for Christmas. We should set up a P.O. box so everyone can send these things to us. No, and this is for the writer in your life, and if that writer happens to be us, well then great. But just, kind of keep in mind things that we need. But more than anything, we need your love and support and understanding and patience. Because that's more valuable than anything.
I like it.
Well, I think with that note, happy holidays, everyone. And remember, writing is hard.
So take it easy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.